Well, it's a beautiful day, so I decided to take the Frankenbike out and give it a bigger trial than just riding down the end of the road that I did when I first got it running. So we took it out on not on the trails, but on the county roads around the area. I was running really well. I'm still not very comfortable on it. Like I said, it's been a long time, 50-something years since I've been on a dirt bike. Still felt a little spongy in the rear end for me, even though I adjusted the shocks. It's just, I'm not just used to sitting up that high with my hands in that position and trying to ride something with the little skinny tires. So it was an adventure. A couple times I thought I was going to go down. That's why I'm wearing the gloves, just in case, try to save the hide on my hands. But we're out in an area that we've hiked before with the dogs, of course, and Melissa came along with me too in the side-by-sides with the dogs, just in case something happened. Later on, this became a very fortuitous thing to do because things did not go the way I wished. But I put some mirrors on, and you can see the right one's kind of drooping down on me. I tried to be able to see behind me. It was very unnerving not knowing what was coming up behind me. Apparently on my test drive, the school bus got a little closer to me. On my first test drive, got a little closer to me than I thought it did, and so I've been a little nervous about what's behind me. As you notice, I carefully placed my gloves in a safe spot on the bike. Then later on, as we'll discover, I forgot to put them back on and drove off. Got down to further down in the trip. We were at the creek letting the dog swim and play and all that, and realized I didn't have my gloves anymore. Came back and only found one of them. And so I thought, well, I can look at the video and figure out where that glove fell off. So we'll see in a minute where the glove falls off. And I only found one when we were out there. So I came back, and a pretty good pair of fairly new mid state gloves. You know, not real big gloves, but nice. You know, I used them on my ride to Fayetteville to keep my hands warm. Nice fleece-lined gloves. Still had a lot of wear to them. Of course, they hardly been used. So I was a little upset about losing one of them. But we'll see pretty soon. As you can see, they're still stuffed up in the handlebars as I forget to put them on. And we'll see real quickly where one of them falls off. And you know, later on noticed that I don't have any gloves anymore. And that's before I realized they're missing and came all the way back to find them. Right here, you'll notice glove number 1 is gone. And we went up and down this trail several times trying to find it. Never did. So that was one glove. And then the other glove up here, you don't actually see it fall off, but right up there by that tree, that dead tree on my right, when we came back, that glove was sitting there. Now, I don't see it on my bike. I don't know where it was, but that's where it was laying when we came back. And that was the only glove I found. Now, I did notice upon watching the video, if you look right down there by my leg, something looks strange on the side of the bike, on the motor. So I came back later and was live looking through the video, decided if I had to come back, and I show you where I found the glove. Well, here's a Frankenbike. She died. She seized on me when I was riding, had to do the rite of shame going back. Luckily, Melissa went with me and she could tow me back. We got it towed back home. Not sure exactly what happened. I'm guessing it overheated. Maybe I had it too lean. I'm not sure. It started dying there at the last. And it just gave up, and it is solid. I mean, it is seized. So, don't know what I'm going to do at this point. Right now, I put a lot of time and effort and money and emotion into this thing. So I think right now, till further notice, it's going to be pushed into a corner. I've still got some other projects here. I got to get this Goldwing here up and running. I finally punted on the single carb and went back to the original carbs. Started to try to start yesterday. Hopefully today I get that started. I picked up 2 other Goldwings. This one's going to be a part bike right here. I'm going to take what parts. Both of these are 86s, but I'm going to try to pick up what I can off of here, bolts, etc. Maybe stuff that still fits, it hasn't changed. Maybe some of the chrome bars and stuff, and put them on the 80 over here. And then this one actually runs. It just needs some carburetor work. So I'm going to try to get this one running, probably run it a while, and then sell it, I would guess. This one is funny. I don't have a cassette player anymore, but this thing has a cassette deck in it. And there's a cassette in there. I'm sure it's a mixtape or something someone made for themselves. I don't have a cassette player anymore. I don't have any way of playing it to see what was on it. But we're going to try to get this one running. This one does have a CB, although it looks to be fried. It didn't come on. That one has CB antennas, but no CB. So I think it was yanked off of that one. So I'll probably get those antennas. Probably end up going over to the 80 if I can get a CB for the 80. But anyway, this one I can get running. It's a little bit rough, but not bad looking. It did run early when I picked it up, but you really had to work with it and keep it. So I think I'm going to have to pull these, which is always a lot of fun. I got to pull that junk off to get those carbs off and get the carbs cleaned up, put them back on, and I got to figure out what all they've done with this wiring. But anyway, I may come back to the Frankenbike later and tear it all down again and try to resurrect it. Again, I'm not sure exactly what happened. I'm trying not to let this bother me too much. I mean, I did put a lot of time into this and got a little emotion going, but I'll try to look at this as best you can. Try to look at it as learning experience, not take it too hard, and not just let it ruin me, because, I mean, this stuff happens. Try to look on the silver lining, and great learning experience. Another silver lining, I noticed something in the video. There's that glove I lost. I lost one glove. And I thought I looked in the video, when I looked down at the turnabout where I did find the second, or what I thought was the second glove, I thought I saw something here in the video, came out and looked at it, sure enough, that glove is there. That's a silver lining right there, because these are nice. I like these gloves. So what we're going to try to do is put this behind us right now. We're going to go on to the other projects, see what I can do with those, and maybe someday come back to this. It was very disappointing. It ran very well most of the trip until, of course, it didn't. Anyway, that's what happened.